certainly need a lot of help from a supporting cast standpoint, but it has to start with a quarterback. It'll start here today in New Orleans.
Morton Anderson ready to kick off for the New Orleans Saints. And deep for Tampa, Bobby Futrell. He's had 19 returns. His average is almost 20 yards, so he's been strong. In the last 2 games, New Orleans has gotten 9 sacks, 8 interceptions, 5 fumble recoveries, and a couple of block kicks, so the defense has been hot, and they'll get their chance early. Anderson's kick takes Futrell 5 yards deep in the end zone, no return. And now Hank Stram will see who the quarterback is, and there's your answer. You were absolutely right. Vinny Testaverde will start. And the defense he'll be facing, strong. Bruce Clark, the longtime veteran, Big Tony Elliott in the middle, and Jim Wilkes. The linebackers could be the best group in football right now. Jackson, Mills, Johnson, and Pat Swilling. And the secondary, led by the longtime veteran Dave Waymer, Jake, Atkins, and Maxey. First down, Tampa. Gain of 5. Jeff Smith bangs his way out to the 24-yard line. They'll mark it, so it'll be a pickup of 4. Vaughn Johnson makes the tackle. Offensively for Tampa, Vinny Testaverde gets the start. Smith and Wilder in the backfield. Carrier and Carter the wideouts. Up front, a whole lot of changes. Heller, Yarno, Grimes is the man who's been there the longest. Mallory and Marlavelle. Calvin McGee, all-pro quality tight end. 2nd and 6. Wilder. He's not going to get there. Sam Mills and Vaughn Johnson make the tackle. And Hank, this is not the day to have a hoarse throat.
No, it isn't. It's not a day not to make first downs either. And I tell you something, Jeff Smith, number 35, really got a great block that time on Pat Swilling. He put him on the ground. You don't see that happen very often.
3rd and 3 from the 27. 5 defensive backs for New Orleans. Testaverde's first throw, ball's on the ground. Bruce Clark made the recovery. Jim Wilkes knocked it loose. There is a flag.
Holding number 66, offense. Penalty declined. First down.
That's George Yarno was holding.
Here we see the play here. Now starts with Testaverde's going back into the pocket. Makes a move. The ball slips out. And Jim Wilkes hits him, and Bruce Clark, number 75, recovers the fumble. First down and 10, New Orleans.
The Saints have scored in 25 of the last 27 quarters. Crowd quiet for Hebert. This is Reuben Mays. He's down to the 15-yard line. Jeff Davis made the tackle. The defensive talent for Tampa, and they're tested here early. Swain, Stensrud, the longtime veteran, acquired from Minnesota, and Kurt Jarvis, the rookie. Walker, Davis, Randall, and Washington are the linebackers. Secondary, Young. Reynolds, Jones, Kemp, and Ray Ison, the rookie out of Penn State. It's 2nd and 6 from the 15. Reuben Mays may have lost a yard. Bobby Kemp and Jeff Davis were there. Almost looked as if Davis knew what the play was before it started to develop. Bobby Hebert starts at quarterback. Reuben Mays, last year's Rookie of the Year. At halfback along with Barry Word. The wideouts, Martin and Jones. Up front, an experienced line, not that big. Although Hobie Brenner's like a tackle playing tight end. 3rd and 7 from the 16. 6 defensive backs for Tampa Bay. It'll be close to a first down. Eric Martin is right there near the stripe.
You don't know where they're going to mark it, but I don't think he made the first down, Tim. I really don't think he made the first down.
Ray Isom made the tackle. That was Londell Hill.
Here we see Hill in the slot, number 87, inside the numbers, comes inside, anchors between the linebackers. The ball is thrown high. He's knocked back. He doesn't make the necessary yardage for the first down.
You see a lot of zone out of Tampa. First and goal at the 8. Hebert with time. Touchdown, Saints. John Tice with the touchdown catch. The Saints are on the board. Orton Anderson to attempt the extra point. He's 21 of 21 this year. Good snap, good hold, good kick.
We get a shot of the touchdown from the end zone. Tice, number 82, comes off the ball right in the left corner of your screen, right in the middle there. John Tice, number 82, gets it just barely across the goal line. It breaks the plane. Touchdown for the New Orleans Saints.
Four plays, 19 yards, took 2 minutes and 13 seconds on the drive. And New Orleans, Hebert pass to John Tice has scored first. 7-0 Saints. Anderson to kick off. Bobby Futrell will take this one at the goal line. Got a hole to the 20. Anderson takes him out at the 39-yard line. Morton Anderson with the push. Well, we asked Vinny Testaverde what he expects from the Saints defense.
Well, I expect any team that sees a young quarterback come in to blitz a lot, and I'm expecting them to blitz. And that's why I went over our game plan dozens of times this week, just to make sure I know where I'm going with the ball when they do come with the blitz.
Well, they'll be coming, Vinny, on today. 1 sack, 1 fumble. 2 fumbles as Pat Swilling, 56, has it back for Saints. Not the kind of start you want, Henry.
No. Watch him come out of the center, just drop the ball. He didn't ride his hands with the center. Swilling, number 56, is right there to pick up the fumble.
First down, they'll mark it at the 38-yard line for New Orleans. Hebert with the play action, and the wagon, and the completion. Down inside the 25, they'll mark it at the 24. Mark Patterson with the catch. Ricky Reynolds made the tackle, Hank.
Patterson is coming underneath the play action fake from the counter play they like to run. He rolls out to the right. Patterson, watching, number 88, in the open area right by the numeral, makes the catch, tackled. First and 10, New Orleans.
16-yard pickup. It'll be first down. New Orleans at the 23-yard line. Very word, Reuben Mays in the backfield. This is Mays down to the 21-yard line.
That time, Tim, they were in a version of the Chicago Bear 46, except it was a 36. And they squeezed it off pretty well.
Mike Stensrud and Ray Isom made the tackle. Washington over St. Louis in the fourth quarter, 34-17. That's one of the games they're watching closely here. But this one also is very important, and right now, Philadelphia and the Giants are tied. 2nd and 7. Mays with a big hole. He's down inside the 10 to the 6-yard line. Rod Jones tripped him up, or he could have been in the end zone.
Watch the left side of the line. But that's a counter play. They were supposed to be run to the right side. No place to run. He saw a cavity on the left side, took off. You talk about good vision, good instincts, great running ability. He did that all on his own.
1st and goal at the 6, New Orleans. Patterson in motion. Hebert again on the play action. Looks to the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. And again, it's John Tice.
Here it is. Here's Hebert coming off to the right side, coming right into your easy chair, into your big couch. Tice makes the touchdown catch, and another 6 points for the New Orleans Saints.
Make it 7, because Morton Anderson is perfect again. He's now 23 of 23 on the year, and it's 14-0 New Orleans with 8:51 remaining first quarter. And Morton Anderson, believe it or not, is ready to kick off for New Orleans for the 3rd time in this game. Well, that tells the story. And you got to believe, Hank, that Vinny Testaverde is a little bit shaken right now. Look at Bobby Futrell.
And I asked him yesterday, remember, I asked him, what is the most important thing you have to do when you come into the ball game? And he never said he had to make sure he got the exchange. Remember, we had to prompt him a little bit to make sure he understood that.
Well, the exchange has been a problem. That was the 2nd fumble. The first time he just got stripped of the football. No return for Futrell as you watch Vinny Testaverde come back into the ball game.
Here's the touchdown, and the secret of this success was the fact they like to run an awful lot on first in this area. In fact, they changed the pace a little bit through a play-action fake outside the containment, hit Rice in the corner of the end zone, touchdown. But he changed the tendency that they normally use.
Hebert to Tice, 14-0 Saints. Testaverde on 1st down to Wilder. Wilder has 6 yards. Well, Ray Perkins told us yesterday that for every rookie you start, you'd almost expect a loss. But that's not what he had in mind. Gene Atkins knocks Wilder out of bounds. So it'll be 2nd and 3 from the 27. Well, that helps a little bit.
Look at this, Philadelphia Giants in the overtime in San Francisco. Montana was hotter than a firecracker today, hitting 22 straight to him in that game.
2nd and 3 for Testaverde and the Bucs. Smith has the 1st down for Tampa. Good pursuit, though, by the defensive unit for the Saints. Vaughn Johnson got there first, and you know when he gets there, Sam Mills is not far behind. You know what's ironic? You just asked me what happens if that Philadelphia game ends in a tie.
That's right. We talked about it.
There's your answer.
Look at that, 9-7. Pittsburgh 13-9 over Seattle. That doesn't surprise me.
Seattle's struggling right now.
They are.
1st down, Testaverde with time, goes deep. And it's complete to Mark Carrier. He came free on the zone, Hank.
He certainly did. It was a double zone, in fact, and he threw it right between the corner and the safety, Van Jakes and Brett Maxey.
That's a 29-yard pickup, and Testaverde showed a lot of touch.
He certainly did, and he looks that way all the time. Look at this. He doesn't divert at all from where he's going to throw the ball, throws it right up on top. But in spite of that, look at he throws it right between the cornerback, Jakes, and the safety, and Maxey was the safety man.
Carrier, just a rookie. So there are a lot of young folks in this game today for Tampa Bay. And Testaverde wants a timeout. Well, that has to help him quite a bit. A couple of quick passes. There's the story. 2 fumbles now. Hank is 2 for 2 for 36 yards.
Well, I think he's too good a quarterback not to have the capacity to be able to forget what happened. That's ancient history. He's got to play from here on in and make something happen.
Wilder is tagged. Again, Vaughn Johnson gets there. He had help from Swilling. Pat Swilling, the second-year pro out of Georgia Tech.
Watch 56, Swilling, and watch Vaughn Johnson, number 53. Swilling gets knocked to the outside, but look at the hit. Look at the hit by Johnson, number 53. He was square, he was low, and he really gave him a good shot from underneath.
It'll be 2nd and 10, the ball on the 40.
There's a blitz.
Testaverde, backside pressure. It's Swilling. There is a flag. He may have jumped. Jerry Markwright, our official.
Ball start, number 60, offense, still 2nd down.
Randy Grimes, the center, is the man who's called.
You know, sometimes when that happens, you have to consider whether or not the noise was a factor or not. However, I would think that of all guys, not to jump offside and not to make a mistake would be the center. He's right on top of the football.
He's been in the wars too, Hank. He's a veteran.
That's right.
So it'll be 2nd and 15 from the 45. Again, there's backside pressure. Testaverde shows his mobility, drills it down the sideline, and it's incomplete, out of bounds. It was intended for Gerald Carter. Pretty good coverage out there by Dave Waymer, though. 8-year veteran out of Notre Dame.
And Swilling was in hot pursuit again from the backside. He felt him coming. Got rid of the ball just in time. I think that's one thing you have to do, talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They have to move that pocket because that rush, at least if you move the pocket, you're away from half of the rush and just attacking one side, which is very important, the way these people rush the passer.
Hank, let's keep an eye on Ron Heller, the left tackle, because Swilling has just been running around him like a swinging gate. 3rd and 15. Again, there are flags. Play's dead. They're trying to stop him.
Heller was that time illegal motion by the left tackle, 73. He was trying to get back there and get set. Just what we were talking about, what you mentioned. Trying to anticipate Swilling, and he jumped offside.
Ball start, number 73, offense.
That's the guy we're watching, Ron Heller.
Play.
Watch Heller, number 73. Watch him. See him move. Right before the snap, he has to go out there and block Swilling. He's got to get a good angle, and he hasn't done that so far.
3rd down and a taxi ride. They need 20 for the 1st down. 5 defensive backs for the Saints. This ball's woefully underthrown. Again, Waymer was out there and had pretty good coverage on Bruce Hill. Listen to the hands for the Saints defense. Boy, they love them here in New Orleans.
And the defensive line and linebackers of the New Orleans Saints, they've got to be all smiles because nothing more do they like than to be able to rush the passer, and that's what they're doing now.
Saints have blocked 6 kicks this year. Garcia's a 3-step guy. He's not very fast. This one a high spiraling punt. Mel Gray will let it hit inside the 10, and they better clear out. So a good punt by Garcia backs up New Orleans, and for the first time, New Orleans will have to mount a drive. They're backed up a little bit, 14-0. First 2 possessions after fumbles by Tampa Bay. They lead 14-0 with 6:16 remaining in the first quarter. This is what's at stake. The playoffs. Tampa Bay reached the playoffs in their 4th year behind Doug Williams. New Orleans now 21 years. And they have yet to make the playoffs. The only team in the NFL that hasn't gotten there. And Washington has beaten St. Louis, so part of the puzzle is solved. If Philadelphia loses now and the Saints win, they get a wild card spot. 1st down and 10, Saints. Ball on the 11. Reuben Mays. And he's belted at about the 11.
Talking about 21 years, Tim, they've also, when you talk about 21 years, they got 21 years of steam build up here in New Orleans, and this whole thing's going to blow up.
You know, the whole town feels like Mardi Gras. Rams 37-16, that now a final over Detroit. It'll be 2nd and 9. The ball on the 12. Bobby Hebert's 4 for 4. 2 touchdowns. 2 tight ends, Brenner and Tice. Going deep. Overthrown. It was intended for Mike Jones. Rod Jones was covering, and he was doing a pretty nice job.
Yes, he was. He's got great recovery speed too, Tim, and he turns his hips extremely well for a young player. Turns and runs, which you know a lot about being a linebacker like you were at Maryland. But the other thing that's impressive so far, take away the fumbles, the defense of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have really done a much better job of stopping the run and slowing down the run than I thought they would coming into this game.
Hank, listen how quiet the crowd has gotten. This game's not over yet. We're still in the first quarter, 5:38 remaining. 3rd and 9, New Orleans. Hebert's got outside pressure, steps up into the pocket, has the completion to Hill. Hill will be about 3 yards shy of the first down, and that's where Chris Washington takes him down.
You notice how careful Bobby Hebert is when he throws the ball, Tim. He looks like he kind of guides it, steers it. He's so afraid of making a mistake. He doesn't want to put any pressure on the defense by making a mistake offensively and giving up the ball this part of the field. He kind of aims the ball sometimes, and I thought he did on that last play.
How would you correct that, Hank?
Well, I think the only way you correct it is to make sure that he understands that, you throw the ball. If you make a mistake, you make a mistake, but you can't worry about it before you throw it or while you're throwing it.
Hanson was really rushed, gets it off through throw with another good run back, takes it into New Orleans territory. They'll mark it at the 49-yard line. That's where Joe Colbrand makes the tackle. So a 37-yard punt, 8-yard return. And Tampa Bay got off to that shaky start. We're in the Superdome in New Orleans. Tim Brand and Hank Stram. 2 fumbles by Testaverde. 2 quick touchdowns by New Orleans, and they lead 14-0. We'll be talking about it throughout the day, but just to remind you, a win by the Saints and a loss by the Cardinals. Spot. Testaverde throws it complete to Calvin McGee, his tight end. Dan Mills made the tackle. McGee's an interesting story. Hank grew up just, 8 blocks from the Superdome.
Yes, and he's quite a specimen also. In March, before training camp started, he weighed 280. He was all pumped up. He's back down to about 245. And I think when the coaches talked about the possibility of him being a guard or a tackle, he lost weight in a hurry.
He's really become a big play guy for the Bucs over the last 2 years. Caught 89 passes. 2nd and 3 from the 42. This is Wilder. He'll be a yard shy of the first down. Sam Mills was there along with Paul and Johnson. And those 2 guys really run to the football.
They really do, and those 2 guys really love to play. Talking to them yesterday, it was enjoyable just to listen to their response with regard to just playing. They just love to play the game, and they play like they like to play.
Now, on the other side of the ball, Wilder has not been a big part of this offense, at least from the running point of view.
Well, he's only averaged 9 runs a game. So, you're just getting warmed up about that time, so it's easy to understand why he hasn't been more effective, plus the fact they've been behind so much of the time.
He went to the Pro Bowl in 1984. 3rd and 1, and Testaverde uses up another timeout. Boy, if you're a coach, Hank, you can't like that.
No, you can't, but you like that better than blowing the first down opportunity. If there's any question, especially with a rookie quarterback, why you have to call timeout and make sure that you get the play straight. You got to worry about first things first.
Do you think he's rattled or not?
Yes, I think he is a little bit. He's got to be a little nervous. Although, even though, he's played in a lot of big games in the University of Miami, playing here is a new experience, starting a game against a team like the New Orleans Saints, who is an excellent team defensively. They're blitzing an awful lot. They still haven't begun to block Pat Swilling, and so I'm sure he's very concerned about what's happening around him.
Now, the NFC West standings have San Francisco right at the top, and San Francisco is winning today. They have won. New Orleans right behind them, 8-3. A win here will keep them 1 game back behind San Francisco. And don't forget, we're talking wild card today, but New Orleans still has aspirations of that Western Division title. And then the Rams in Atlanta.
And with their schedule the way it is, they've got a good chance. It's going to be tough, but they've got a good chance to win all the remaining games in their schedule. But they have to start today by getting this Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they're off to a good start so far.
Bobby Hebert, the quarterback of the Saints, started out with that hot hand. Of course, both of those drives were deep Tampa Bay territory. That's where they started. His other drive started at the 9, and they weren't able to make anything happen. It'll be 3rd and 1 from the 40 for Tampa Bay, and the Bucs are 0 for 2 on 3rd downs this afternoon. The rollout for Testaverde. Wilder with the first down. Gene Atkins took him out of bounds rather rudely. I'm trying to see what happened over there. It looks like Wilder got to the concrete and his cleats left the foundation. He went down.
Watch, he rolls out to the right, a very high percentage kind of a play, dumps it out there perfectly right at the numbers. He gets hit about 2 yards inside, but by Gene Atkins, but he maintains the grip on the ball carrier Wilder and dumps it right into the bench.
Boy, he could have been hurt. Landed on the oxygen tank.
With all the problems he's had, that's all he needs to get hurt, getting tackled into the bench.
First down for Testaverde in the Bucs. Drills it across the middle. Should be a flag. There is. Pass interference. Good call. It was intended for Mark Carrier, and Van Jakes came right through him before the ball got there.
Pass interference. Number 22, defense. Automatic first down.
That's Van Jakes who's guilty.
Rod Jakes making contact before the ball gets there to Carrier. And the ball pops up into the air. Really looked like it was going to be intercepted. Look at Mills flying after that ball. Wouldn't make any difference because pass interference was called.
I'm going to ask you, Hank, in a minute a question about Mills. First down at the 17 for Tampa Bay, so the Bucs now threatening. Smith in motion. Backside pressure by Swilling. Again, the quick feet by Testaverde, and it's incomplete. Almost intercepted and then almost caught. It falls harmlessly to the ground. It went off Gerald Carter's hand. I think Van Jakes got his hands on it first.
Now here again, watch the left tackle, Ron Heller, trying to block Swilling, number 73. Look at him. He gets off the ball very slowly. Swilling runs right by him, but he blocks him on the way back. Testaverde throws the ball in the end zone. It's tipped behind, just a little bit behind. Van Jakes was the guy who tipped it.
It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 17.
Here they blitz it again.
And again, they try to go to the back Wilder. It's underthrown, but there was pressure coming from the back and the middle.
You know, Tim, I think with all the pressure they're getting from Swilling, they got that split in open all the time on that left side. I think they got to put the tight end on that side to slow down Swilling a little bit and get Heller some help, because he hadn't come close to blocking him so far in the game.
Hank, I think it's interesting the way the Saints are trying to give him different looks, trying to disguise things, as you said, moving around, playing games up front, because he is a rookie.
That's right, and they're going to continue to do it. And it creates a lot of indecision on the part of the young quarterback, especially when he doesn't know whether they're going to pick up those blitzes or not.
3rd and 10 from the 17. 5 defensive backs now for New Orleans. The Saints have the completion. Is it a touchdown? It's caught by Bruce Hill at the 1, and that's where they'll mark it. He rolled into the end zone. I didn't know if they were going to say he was touched or not. Bruce Hill, the rookie out of Arizona State.
Look at a shot of Hill coming off the ball, number 84, right in the middle of your screen. Goes down, breaks behind the linebacker. The ball is thrown low. He makes the catch. I couldn't tell whether Jakes touched him or not before he went in. If he didn't, it would have been a touchdown.
It looked to me, Hank, as if Jakes stopped on the coverage.
It looked like he did. You're right. And let's see what they call that. I think that's going to go back to the instant replay. Let's take a look at that catch again, because I don't know whether he touched him or not. Let's look at this. The ball is thrown low.
Look at Jakes pull up.
Yeah, he pulls up. No, he never touches it. Yeah, maybe. But he certainly didn't touch him. It didn't look like he touched him with his hand. He might have tripped him.
I'm not sure he had control of the football either until the very last second.
But regardless, they got it on the 1.
16-yard gain. And it'll be 1st and goal at the 1.
They were missing a man, and now they have to send in the substitution.
And that's his last time out of this half. Oh, I tell you what, when we talked to Ray Perkins yesterday, he was some kind of fired up, thinking that these Buccaneers were not playing up to their potential. And he gave a lot of them an ultimatum. Play or else we're going to find somebody who can. He's already looking to the future. And I can't believe that he's very happy with the play thus far this game.
Like Testaverde, you have to give him a shot, plus the fact he adds a dimension because he has an escapability skill and can make some plays on his own.
So a little smile on Vinny there as he went back into the huddle. He's a very composed quarterback. This drive, 6 plays, 47 yards. It's taken 2 minutes and 12 seconds. They have used all 3 timeouts with 2:38 still remaining in the first quarter.
If they stay in this formation, they're going right. Here they go.
First and goal at the 1. Testaverde. Did he get in? Yes. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Saints don't like the call. Tony Elliott and Vaughn Johnson slid down and made the tackle, but a great second effort by Testaverde got the Bucs on the board.
That's a deceptive thing about Testaverde, in that as tall as he is, he runs extremely well and has a good feel for pressure. He had it back in the flat that time, though, Timmy. I thought he was going to dump the ball off to him, but evidently he didn't feel he could do it and ran in instead.
Testaverde, 6'5", 220-pounder. Could be the strongest quarterback in the National Football League. Donald Igwebuike comes on for the extra point attempt. Steve DeBerg will be the holder. And it's DeBerg's first action of the day.
We'll take a look at this again. The touchdown. Watch. Yeah, he's going away from where we are, rolling to the right. And look at Elliott, number 99. And that's the advantage of being as tall as he is, being 6'5". Had he been 6'1", he never would have made it.
He also was very wise to throw the ball and the arm out across to break the plane. They are reviewing the touchdown, however. That's the holdup. And the play will stand.
Touchdown.
So they have reviewed it. The touchdown stands. Testaverde has his first NFL touchdown running. Igwebuike now for the extra point. It's up. And it's good. So Tampa Bay has an impressive drive, and that has to help that guy right there, Testaverde, as he talks to another rookie, Mike Shula.
Really be a super quarterback, but he's not going to be a super quarterback unless he gets the right kind of a supporting cast, and I think they need anywhere from 7 to 8 top-quality players to make that happen.
Testaverde, the all-time leader in touchdown passes at the University of Miami. And, you know, Hank, that's impressive considering he passed such talents as George Myra, Jim Kelly, Bernie Kosar. That's some pretty fast company. Igwebuike kicks off. Mel Gray will take it at the 1. Gray looks for a hole in the middle return and gets it out to the 22-yard line. The tackle was made by Winston Moss. Washington over St. Louis 34-17. That's important for the Saints. Philadelphia and the Giants tied in overtime. That game's still underway.
San Francisco 23-12. Atlanta, look at this one. That's a surprise. Atlanta 21-10, a big win for Marion Campbell. And Indianapolis continues to impress. Look at this. Beats Cleveland 9-7.
What are the problems with Seattle? You were there Monday.
I just don't think they're good enough. It's just that simple. I didn't think they were to begin with, and I still don't think. Cincinnati 30-27. They finally win a close one instead of losing all the close ones they've lost so far this season.
Dalton Hilliard comes into the ballgame now for the Saints on first down at the 23. Oh, my, what a play by Chris Washington. It was Reuben Mays, just a little swing pass, and he was hit almost immediately.
Chris Washington, number 51, the right linebacker. Watch it. He goes. Hebert goes back into the pocket, trying to sell him on the idea he's going to throw a pass, and looks back, throws into the front. Look at Washington. He smothers him. Really gives him a shot. Kind of a shot you love as a linebacker.
You're right about that. It'll be 2nd and 10 now from the 23. Mel Gray in motion to give inside. He'll pick up 2 is Dalton Hilliard.
Isn't it funny? We talked to the coaches yesterday, and they talked about that play, the counter play, being a very effective play today. It hasn't made any yardage so far at all, and they call that play 16-17 joker. So far, that's what it's been. It's been a joker.
Dan Stilio made the tackle. He's another rookie.
Look at the Raiders. They're starting to play football like they're capable of playing, and especially now that they have Bo Jackson playing so much.
3rd and 10 for Hebert at the 23. Long count. Hebert with pressure on both sides. Gets it underneath to Hill. And Hill is going to be close to the first down before Ricky Reynolds can get him to the ground.
Man for man, Ricky Reynolds, number 29. You see him in the left part of the screen. Watching plenty of time to throw the ball. Comes into the middle, throws it high, makes the catch. Hill, number 2 draft choice, made a nice catch. It was high, tackled by Ricky Reynolds from behind.
Pickup of 11 yards. It'll be first down at the 34 for Hebert. This should be the last play of the first quarter. 14 seconds remain, and there's a flag, so they'll get off another one. Hank, this is an extremely young Tampa Bay team. They've got 15 rookies listed.
Ball starts, number 63, offense, first down.
That's Brad Edelman, who jumped. But anyway, I was going to say Tampa Bay has 15 starters on the depth chart, or 15 rookies rather on the depth chart, and quite a few of them are starting. So that's the end of the first quarter, and it has been an exciting first quarter with the Saints leading the Bucs. Here at the Superdome in New Orleans with the Saints leading the Bucs 14-7. What about this play selection, Hank?
Well, I think it's a great compliment to the Tampa defense. Ray Perkins said yesterday, we've got to play good defensively. We've got a chance. They're stopping the run, and that's why they're making them throw the ball more than they really want to.
1st and 15 from the 29. Dalton Hilliard out to the 36-yard line. Chris Washington makes the tackle. Talk about play selection. That was a little bit surprising there. They needed 15.
Well, here again, they thought maybe they'd cross them up. From a tendency standpoint, it's an obvious passing situation, and they thought, well, they'll go ahead and try to run the football, and they do, and they pick up a little yardage on the play. But that's the game that's going on. And here's play selection again. Passed 8 times out of 15. And that's against their personality.
Barry Word comes out of the ball game for New Orleans. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 35 for Hebert. Tampa Bay with a blitz. Man coverage down deep, and it's broken up nicely by Rod Jones. And again, he was covering Mike Jones. So Hebert tries to go up top, Hank.
Yes, and they had 1-for-1 coverage, and Jones has terrific speed, and watch him cover. Look at Jones on Jones. Comes right over the top, and the great thing, watch his right hand. Usually a young guy especially will get his right hand in the back of the receiver, and it's pass interference. He kept it away from it and knocked it down beautifully with the left hand.
Looked like combination coverage. He was in man. They had help from the safety. The safety didn't come over quickly. It'll be 3rd and 9 from the 35.
Now they're in the double zone. They got to throw something inside or run inside.
Hebert could have run for the first down. Instead, hit Patterson. Patterson down to the 29-yard line.
Isom did a poor job of doing that last week in the game that we saw in double zone. And here again, he got anchored in the inside. He's got the deep outside, Timmy, and he's slow. He's very slow coming over to make the play and help, and that's why they were able to complete the pass like they did. See, all the time in the world, he steps into the pocket. Hebert does. He had plenty of time to run the ball, too. But look at all the room. Look where Isom is, way over by the numbers, and he should be outside between the numbers and the hash mark when that ball is thrown.
36-yard pickup, and the New Orleans Saints now take their first time out.
I think, Tim, I think when you play New Orleans, what you do going into the game, you say, we're going to take away the run and make them beat us with a forward pass, because that's not what they want to do.
So with timeout on the field, we'll take one as well with 13:30 remaining in the early. But Tampa Bay has come back 14-7 with 13:30 remaining in the first half. Tim Brandt, Hank Stram, and Hank, I think Vinny Testaverde may be over the hump.
I think he is, really, and I think the difference in the game so far, Timmy, which is very obvious, they get the ball in the +19, 7 points. plus 38, 7 points, and that's the game so far.
Defense has been playing well. Reuben Mays comes back into the ball game now. On 1st and 10, Hebert rolls right and just dumps it to Hilliard. Hilliard with a flashy move, tips and doodles for a first down. Ricky Reynolds made the tackle. Dalton Hilliard out of nearby LSU.
You talk about a guy that can move and make moves and make you miss. Dalton Hilliard does that extremely as well as anybody in the league.
I call a guy like that a dashing duck runner. He'll hide and seek with you. He'll go out. He'll duck from in and dash away from you. Allegre with a field goal wins that game for the Giants. So now St. Louis has lost. Philadelphia has lost. And if the Saints win, they're in the playoffs for the first time ever. Irvin Randall comes up and stops Reuben Mays.
You know, I really thought this was going to be a track meet coming into the game as far as the Saints going to be able to run, Tim. Really, you have to give the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a lot of credit defensively so far. They've done a terrific job. You take away the 2 plays, why, you know, it's a different game completely.
The Saints inside the 20-yard line have been fairly successful. 2nd and 8, ball on the 15.
Look at the right side, the outside receiver on the right side. He looks like he ought to be there.
That's where he is looking. Jones, first down Saints. Good call. You should have been a coach.
Yeah.
He was working on Bobby Kemp.
Jones is on the outside. Look at all the room. Look at all the room he's got on the outside. Look at the cushion. Look at the cushion. He's off about 8 yards when the ball is thrown and finally comes up and makes the tackle. Talking about Bobby Kemp, number 33.
Boy, that tells the story, doesn't it, Hank? 113 passing yards.
That is. That you know, illustrates that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have taken them out of what they like to do and are making them throw the ball. And so far, they're throwing the ball well enough to win the game.
2 tight ends, Brenner and Tice. 1st and goal at the 7. Mays. That's over. Touchdown, New Orleans. Reuben Mays with the touchdown. He got a good cut block from Barry Word.
And that's the great thing about Mays. It looked like he was an off tackle, an option, whether you run off tackle or outside. He sold inside and jumped outside and just twinkle-toed through the tulips right outside for the touchdown.
Gordon Anderson's extra point is good. It's 21-7, New Orleans.
Watch Mays. Look at it. He starts inside. Ward, number 34, leads him, gets a block to the inside. A beautiful block, and he goes right into the end zone unmolested for the touchdown.
He came into this game with 736 yards. A run per carry average of 4.2 yards. And has made it a 21-7 ball game. 10 plays, 77 yards, 6 minutes and 35 seconds that drive took. This is Bobby Futrell. Futrell out to the 16-yard line. Somebody ran out of their shoes. Toy Cook made the tackle. Hey, don't miss the season premiere of basketball next Saturday on CBS Sports, starting live at 1:30 Eastern Time, featuring 2 of college basketball's most explosive players. Purvis Ellison leads the Louisville Cardinals against Rex Chapman and the Kentucky Wildcats, followed by NBA action as the Houston Rockets take on the Central Division leading Chicago Bulls, ignited by, you guessed it, Michael Jordan. That's next weekend on CBS.
You know, Kentucky ought to be the number 1 team in the country. They beat Indiana yesterday. They should be number 1.
Probably will be, because Carolina lost. This is Hill, and he'll have a first down for Tampa Bay. Ricky Jackson made the tackle. We've got 10 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the half.
And I don't think there's any question about the fact that Testaverde has settled down after those 2 mistakes fumbling the football. But the great quarterbacks and those great performers, they have the capacity to do that. As I mentioned earlier, you got to be able to forget that and continue to play.
You're right, and the crowd's now in it. 12-yard pickup, first down and 10 at the 29. Little reverse to Hill. Gets a block on the corner. And he carries it out to the 37-yard line before Dave Waymer trips him up.
And Swilling that time contained it very well. Look at it, goes to the in motion to the left. Look at Hill in motion. Timing was good. He gives it a reverse. Watch Swilling. Watch Swilling. Mallory makes a nice block. Swilling contains it and gets help from the inside from Waymer, number 44, who makes the play.
Waymer was on him man for man, went with him completely from the start of that play in motion. It'll be 2nd and 1 at the 38. Testaverde. Underthrown, intended for Wilder. Darth Vader, huh? Boy, he can take that baby off now. Nothing to be ashamed of in New Orleans. Tim Brannon, Hank Stram with you from the Superdome in New Orleans. Down here in the Crescent City along the Crooked Mississippi, and they have now straightened out their football organization. 21-7 New Orleans in the second quarter. If they win, they go to the playoffs.
Oh,
inside to Smith, and it's jammed. Gene Atkins, Hank, will get credit for the tackle, but it looked like everybody got up in there.
Everybody caved in and they got penetration. That's what happened. Penetration, he had no chance whatsoever. It looked like the whole Saint team was in that huddle of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They knew exactly where they're going to run the ball.
This place is rocking.
And you got to be careful. They haven't rushed the kicker yet. They'll lull you to sleep talking about the New Orleans Saints, and then suddenly they'll rush you and block a kick.
Garcia's a 3-step guy. Mel Gray is deep. Garcia gets off a nice punt. It'll be taken by Gray at the 16. Gray to the 40. Across midfield. He may be gone. Garcia drags him down at the 4.
Look at this. Look at Gray. Starts to his right, sees a cavity, breaks into the inside, goes through a tackler, goes right through the seam, makes another move inside, outside, and Garcia has an angle. I didn't think he'd catch him, but Garcia, he cut back right into Garcia, and Garcia was able to make the play.
Jackie Walker was in hot pursuit, may have slowed him up a little bit. 46-yard punt, 80-yard return by Gray. And it was interesting, Hank, as we were out at practice on Friday, that Jim Moore jumped all over Mel Gray, thought he was loafing, and said, "Hey, Mel, we're doing this for you."
Well, he dropped the ball on that particular play, and he was disturbed that he didn't get into the wall and return it exactly right. He did it right that time.
1st and goal at the 4. Not much. Good defense by the Bucs.
I tell you, those Bucs are swarming. They're gang tackling. They're reacting and responding very, very well to what they see so far from a run standpoint.
Randall got to Mays first. And they just announced that Philadelphia and St. Louis have lost. Eight minutes exactly remaining in the first half. Barry Word, Dalton Hilliard, the 2 step backs.
See if they run right. They got an advantage on the right side. 2 tight ends on that right side. Nope, now they bring him back. Now they put him back on the right side. They go left.
Hilliard, touchdown. Ray Isom had run support, and Barry Word took him out. Hilliard scored.
coming at us. Watch Isom, number 28. He's got the support. Look at Barry Ward, gets a piece of him, but instead of, in spite of that, he still should have made the play. But Hilliard makes a great cutback, and that's what he's capable of doing. He made the play go, but because he ran it so well.
Anderson's extra point is good. It's 28-7. They're rocking in New Orleans with 7:40 remaining in the first half. Look at that, Hank. He's got a tattoo on his hand. I bet that hand's been in his pocket for 20 years.
We saw him out of practice the other day. He's something, isn't he?
He is that. Donald Igwebuike, or Morton Anderson, rather, to kick off. And Bobby Futrell will chase this one all the way out the backside of the end zone.
Here's another shot coming right at us. Watch the pitch to Hilliard. Great block by Ward. Isom misses the play. And look at Dalton Hilliard. Great running inside of the linebacker. Look at how happy he is. Look at this. Watch him looking, giving a shot to the official. Watch him bang hats here. Watch this. Watch him bang. The old boomski.
Better watch his thumb.
That's right. The old boomski shot.
That drive was 2 plays, 4 yards, 46 seconds. First down, Tampa Bay at the 20. And again, the ball is on the ground. Tampa gets it back, but they've had problems.
Grimes and Testaverde having a tough time with that exchange. And it just looked like Testaverde backed out of there too soon. I think he has to, he's trying to get away from the pressure so fast that he's stepping away a little bit too soon and not riding his hands with the center, and that's what's creating the problem.
You talked with him about that yesterday.
And he looked at me like I was crazy when I asked him that question, didn't he?
He said that's automatic. Smith takes it out to the 24-yard line. Pat Swilling makes the tackle.
Talking to Swilling yesterday or the day before, we talked about his play and how much he's improved. They said, I have a film in my condo where I look at films of Lawrence Taylor every day, and I try to pick up a new stunt, a new read, a new reaction, and he's been a tremendous help watching him play, the great linebacker of the New York Giants.
And you're right, Swilling's got that great talent. He's got good speed. He's worked on his technique. 3rd and 5 from the 25. Smith has the first down. He's out to the 33-yard line. Vaughn Johnson runs him out of bounds. But a big 3rd down play for the Bucs. 6 minutes, 14 seconds now remain in the first half. Bobby Howard is the man who made that play.
Watch him from the shotgun. Ricky Jackson blitzing on the play, gets blocked. He throws the ball right over the top, looks at him all the way. Howard goes down the sideline with the ball away from pressure. And is finally knocked out of bounds by Vaughn Johnson. Boy, what a player he is, number 53.
That's Howard's first catch of the day. 1st and 10, ball to 33. And Smith takes it out across the 40, making the 42-yard line. And again, Pat Swilling makes the tackle.
Did you notice how Ray Perkins lit up like a Christmas tree when we talked about Jeff Smith yesterday? We asked about him. He said, he is my kind of player. He's consistent, he's smart, he plays every play, gives us everything he possibly can on every play. He is my kind of guy, and I guarantee he'll be here next year, too.
And the year after that, not overly talented. Led Kansas City for 2 years in all-purpose yardage.
That's right.
Out of the University of Nebraska. 2nd and 2. Wilder. He will not get there.
Boy, that's a murderous play. They pull the counter play with both the left guard and left tackle pulling on the plate. If you get a leak on the backside, there's no way in the world that you can make that play work. They just felt that they could maybe outguess them that time, and it didn't work.
Tony Elliott led the charge for the Saints. New Orleans gave up 14 points in the second quarter last week. That's the only quarter in which the Saints have been outscored this year cumulatively. 3rd and 1.
Look at the outside. There's nobody covering the outside receiver. He should have just got under the center and pumped it out there. There was nobody at all on throw 3, number 81.
So New Orleans takes its second time out. We'll be right back.
first down to try to make something happen, keep the drive alive. I think they have to know exactly what their tendencies have been and do just the opposite of what the Saints expect them to do here in this situation.
New Orleans ranks first in the NFL in total defense. Testaverde will be close. It depends on the mark. I don't know if he made it.
I think he did, but it's going to be close again. It all depends on how they mark it. I thought early in the game and they missed the first down, and they made the first down after they got through marking it.
Clark and Jackson made the tackle for New Orleans.
Now, that was the same play they ran for a first down earlier in the game, rolling out, hitting the back on the flat. That time, Jackson took right off. He had no chance to throw the ball to the receiver in the flat, so he took off and ran. Let's see what happens on the call.
It'll be close enough for a measurement.
There it is.
Again, Testaverde, 6'5", 220 pounds, big and strong.
Yes, now here he is. He rolls out to the right. Mallory, number 68, is out in front. He pretends like he's going to throw the ball, had no place to throw it, put his head down, his shoulder pads in, and put his head in that pile, and made the first down.
Ball's loose.
The ball is loose, but I think he was down. The ground cannot create a fumble, as you know.
Well, that's what they called. On first down, they jam it back up in the middle. Jeff Smith picks up a couple.
And people say, why are they running the football, especially in the middle with the score like it is? They're doing it because they want to slow down the rush just enough so that Testaverde can throw the ball. He cannot go back in the pocket every down, and throw the ball. He gets sacked for more yardage than he actually complete passes.
Well, they don't want to get greedy either. There's still plenty of time left. They want to go in 28-14. Testaverde across the middle, and it is complete. Ron Hall has another Tampa first down. Dave Waymer made the tackle, but a very methodical drive by Tampa Bay, and this guy, Testaverde, is leading the trail.
I do all their preseason games, Tim, as you know, and I watched Testaverde early in the season in preseason, and I don't think there's any question about the fact that he's going to be a super quarterback. As I mentioned earlier, you don't want to repeat, he just needs a lot of help.
First down at the 41, Bucs. With time. And again, that's close. No flag.
Got to be pass interference.
Phil Freeman was the intended receiver. Milton Mack was the defensive back. And it was close.
I don't think, I really don't think there was any question about that. He really was all over him while the ball was still in the air.
Pass interference, number 24, defense, automatic first down.
In practice, we were standing on the sidelines watching Milton Mack, and he loves to play defense with his hands on the receiver constantly.
I think a lot of backs would like to play that way, too. Watch him. Here's Freeman. Or Milton Mack. Watch him. See, look, the ball's in the air, and his right hand looks like he's around the receiver's right arm, and that's why they call pass interference on the play.
Not as close as I thought.
But he shook him down. No question.
Blatant. First down at the 35. Testaverde across the middle. Ball's loose. Incomplete.
Well, you had it wrong there. It wasn't blatant. It was Milton Mack, number 24, who made that play.
That blatant guy got in there, too. That was intended for Bruce Hill. And he was rudely dislodged from the football by Brett Maxey. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I tell you, these Saints really do a fabulous job of playing defense. They respond, and especially the incredible thing about it is they've got so many young people in the secondary. The front seven's the same, but the secondary keeps changing, and they still maintain a high level of efficiency.
2nd and 10, draw, Wilder, left side, first down. Down to the 21-yard line before Brett Maxey can drag him down.
Watch Wilder, and this time they run inside of Swilling, it looks like. They got a blitz on. Swilling is coming in from the outside. They run right inside of him, and he makes a good gain in the play. Maxey, number 39, makes the tackle. But that's what you have to do with Swilling coming up the field and blitzing as much as he has been. You got to run something inside of him or trap him.
First down, they mark it at the 20. 5-step drop, fires across the middle for Hill, incomplete. catchable ball. He had a step on Waymer, just didn't hold on to the football.
And there again, that kind of a pass, he should have caught the ball. You're right, Tim. Although I think, and it's easy to talk about it, hard to do in competition, but that kind of a ball has to be thrown from the shoulder pads down. So in the event that it isn't caught, it falls down to the ground instead of popping up in the air and being intercepted, which it almost was that last play.
That's Phil Freeman, 3-year veteran out of Arizona, and he's holding that left knee. You hate to see that.
You know, and Freeman was an excellent running back in college until he hurt his leg. And they liked him very much at Arizona before he got that leg hurt.
Well, he's in obvious pain here.
Testaverde's in the middle, throwing right down the hash mark. The ball is high again. And look at the shot. Look at the shot he got by Johnny Poe, number 25, who originally was their number one cornerback on the right side, and now is their 5th defensive back and playing very well.
Well, I tell you, if you're a defensive back, that's just the way you want it. You want the receiver up in the air and looking back over his shoulder. 3rd and 10. Testaverde drills it, and I'm not sure if his indecision didn't cost a high throw.
I think the guy that caused the high throw was Ricky Jackson, number 57. He was coming up in the middle area, and I think he was in hot pursuit, and I think that's what he saw him coming right into his face, and he got rid of the football before the sack.
There's Jackson.
Needs a haircut, doesn't he? Sideburns are too long.
Igwebuike comes on to attempt a 38-yard field goal. The holder is DeBerg. The kick is long enough, and it's good. So Tampa Bay gets some points out of it. They'll officially call it a 37-yard field goal for Igwebuike, and it's 28-10 Saints.
When you kick inside, but Morton Anderson has had 11 touchbacks in 17 kickoffs this season when he kicked in the dome. And when he's kicked outside, he's kicked 8 touchbacks out of 29. So there's really a distinct difference.
See what Mike Ditka said, there's no place in any sport for a dome stadium. Igwebuike to kick off, 2:13 remaining in the first half. Mel Gray is deep for the New Orleans Saints, and he'll take it on the 4. Gray's out to the 22-yard line. Mel Gray had an 80-yard punt return earlier in this quarter. Ricky Reynolds made the tackle. Look at this. New York Times computer rankings have the Saints ranked number 1.
And, you know, they're playing like they're the number 1 team in the National Football League. And look at Tampa Bay. They're the 24.
Now, those rankings are based on the record and the average margin of victory, both for themselves and their opponents. And, of course, the overall record in New Orleans is strong there. Bobby Hebert now 10 of 12, 112 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's got 2 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the half. First down at the 23. Play action. Hebert throws underneath the coverage. And he's got it complete to Cliff Benson, who makes his first catch of the day. And so with that play, we get the 2-minute warning. We're under 2 minutes with 1:55 remaining in the half. We'll be right back. The number 1 hit right now in the Crescent City. A win today, and New Orleans in the playoffs for the first time in 21 years.
It's great to see. As I mentioned, they've had a chance to develop a lot of steam over those 21 years, and they're going to let it all hang out after this game this afternoon. Providing it finishes like it,
well, I was just going to
right
say
now.
that.
Yeah.
We're still in the first half.
That's right.
It's 28-10, and Testaverde's been impressive after a shaky start. Second down, 5 from the 28 for the Saints. Reuben Mays. And And it is a good thing that Harry Swain, big number 70, got there, because that was going to be a throwback, it looked like.
It was. It looked like it's right. Watch Swain, number 70. See, the guard pulled, and he left the area that the guard vacated. Kaminsky, number 66. And also Brock, number 67, the right tackle.
How about Bobby Hebert throwing a block? You see that?
Yeah, he want to frame that picture.
3rd and 11 from the 22. Shotgun formation for Hebert and the Saints. Again, there's pressure. Hebert goes deep. Intended for Jones, overthrown. Good coverage out there by Ricky Reynolds.
You know, Hebert, talking to Hebert, he was very serious about all the things we talked about. We talked about his daughters, and he lit up like a Christmas tree and was bragging about the fact that his little daughter Ryan, who was 5, stayed underwater scuba diving for 15 minutes. He had a regulator from the tank in his mouth, and of course the little girl had what they call an octopus, and she stayed under for 15 minutes. It was pretty strong, but he was very, very proud of that, wasn't he?
He was. Did the octopus have a hold on her?
I don't know. I don't think she would have come back up if it had.
Brian Hansen with a 40-yard average will be kicking to Bobby Futrell. Tampa Bay gets good penetration, and Hansen's kick goes off the side of his foot, but he gets a big New Orleans bounce. He'll down it inside the 20. Boy, Hansen got a break, because it wasn't a pretty punt. Doesn't matter. It's still a 60-yarder. And that's what it'll look like in the statistical records. Don't forget, coming up at halftime the NFL Today with Brent and Herb. We'll have all the scores and highlights and update you on the playoff situation as we come down the stretch here now in the NFL. And what has been an extremely unusual season.
It's funny how things work out. You know, during the strike, everybody was squeaking about the morale of the team and how they wouldn't get along and all the problems, and they came out of that like gangbusters and have done a super job.
Saints were 2-1 during the strike. This is Wilder, left side, gets a good block, turns it back now against the grain, and finally taken down at the 27. Tampa Bay was also 2-1 during the strike. Pat Swilly made the tackle. Bucs are out of timeouts, and they're under 30 seconds now in the first half.
Yeah, I think they'll put a nice pick in the ball and be satisfied to go in at halftime 28-10. They don't want to make a mistake and give them another chance to get some more points on the board.
2nd and 1. Testaverde to throw, looks deep, has a man, and it's complete. Boy, Johnny Poe really tagged Carrier. Carrier now goes out of bounds. We've got 7 seconds left. Still not in the range of Igwebuike.
And there again, it looked like double zone again, and he threw it right between the halfbacks and threw it beautifully. There he unloads the ball. Watch it. Look at it take off. There you see it. Now, Carrier makes the catch, and look at Poe. He's got deep outside. It looked like he did, and really gave him a shot.
35-yard pickup. 7 seconds remain in the half. First down, Tampa.
Here's the old Andy overshot, maybe, or here they go. Try to get a big play.
Going deep for it all. Intercepted.
And it's especially good.
Hebert, 11 of 14, 117 yards for 2 touchdowns for the Cajun Cannon from Cutoff, Louisiana.
And again, I don't think he gets nearly the credit that he deserves. I think he's done a great job of quarterbacking this New Orleans Saints football team.
Igwebuike gets a low line drive kick. Mel Gray has no trouble fielding it inside the 5. He had an 80-yarder earlier and takes this one out to the 33. So special teams continue to be a big plus for the Saints. Paul Tripoli made the tackle. And, you know, I think it's interesting as we saw those 3 turnovers that the Saints had gotten, that we mentioned that the Saints also are the league leader in that category. They came into this game plus 15 in the giveaway takeaway ratio.
And the ridiculous thing about it is, really, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are second with 10. Look what they've done on first down. Run 7 times, average 3.3, pass 5 times, 8.2. Much, much more effective.
Reuben Mays and Barry Word in the backfield. First and 10 at the 33 for Bear and the Saints. Long count. Reuben Mays with a blocker. Tiptoes down to the 39-yard line. Tackle was made by Bobby Kemp, the strong safety.
The Buccaneers are really responding well to what they see. They're gang tackling, pursuing, playing very aggressively defensively. They really are, and they've done as good a job of stopping the run so far as anybody that we've seen in all the games that we've seen the New Orleans Saints.
This is a banged-up Tampa Bay defense, too. The Bucs lost 3 defensive ends to injury in the space of 1 week. Ron Holmes, Kevin Kellen, and Harry Swain hurt his ankle, but he's playing.
There's that counter play that they thought would be a good one.
Reuben Mays on 2nd and 4 takes it out to the 42-yard line, just shy of the first down before Jeff Davis trips him up.
And Swain got penetration that time and slowed him up before he got a chance to get upfield.
Last year's Rookie of the Year, Mays. Hurt his Achilles, though, did not play in the Pro Bowl. Saints offensively, 3rd rushing the football. They ranked 25th in the past, but they've been strong today.
And the good thing, the good teams, they somehow, some way find a way to beat you one way or the other. They have the arsenal to do that, and the Saints are doing that this afternoon with their offense from a passing standpoint.
3rd and 2. Reuben Mays has the corner. First down to the 50. Runs out of bounds on the 46-yard line. But they're in Tampa territory. Bobby Kemp, Ray Isom, they were chasing Mays.
But I don't know who it was, but I think it was Washington. He's got containment on the play. They got around him very easily. Watch what happens. Watch Washington. He gets kicked out by Edelman, and he runs inside of the contained man and goes right down the sideline for a big, big gain.
First and 10 at the 46. Reuben Mays gets a block on the corner. Tiptoes inside the block and picks up 6.
Hobie Brenner, the tight end, really stayed with Jackie Walker, number 56. Really stayed with him way downfield, and that's why he was able to make some yardage on the play.
Davis and Reynolds made the tackle. Those two guys average about 195. Hobie Brenner is a load. He's like a tackle playing tight end.
Well, they're like playing with 4 tackles with Tice and Hobie Brenner. They're 2 excellent tight ends as far as blocking is concerned.
Brenner's 6'4", 240. That's a big tight end.
It surely is, and they're like loose tackles playing tight end.
2nd and 3. This is 39. First down. Down to the 30-yard line.
That was a sucker play. They pulled the right guard and the right tackle, and instead of going with the flow of the right guard and the right tackle, he went right where they just left. There's a big hole. Yeah, watch this now. This is a good counter play, a sucker play from the counter play. Watch this. See, now he's supposed to go to his left, but see, he goes left and then goes right. Look at the big hole. Beautiful hole. Takes advantage of it. Ward downfield making a good block, and he gets the most out of the play as he possibly can. But a good sucker counter play to take advantage of the pursuit of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
First down at the 31. Hebert with time goes deep. Brenner overthrows. He had come clear. Ray Isom was the man in the area covering Brenner, but he had gotten lost somewhere.
One thing that continues to impress you about the New Orleans Saints offense is the pass protection. Nobody touched him coming off the line of scrimmage, talking about Brenner, but his ball was thrown way over the top and goes incomplete. But again, the pass protection was excellent.
Hank, I'll never understand how you can let the tight end off the line of scrimmage without popping it.
You know how that happens?
How?
You don't touch it. That's what happens. You're not touching it.
Reuben Mays inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. Ray Isom makes the tackle, and he's getting a lot of work in this drive, but it's a very methodical drive by the Saints. And let me remind you that New Orleans leads the NFL in time of possession.
One thing they've done now in the second half, the Saints rushing in the first half was 12, second half 6-1. First half it was passing that dominated the yardage. Now they're going back to what they like to do best, and they made a couple of adjustments, and the counter play was a big adjustment in the second half.
It was critical for the young Bucs to come out and get something started early here in the second half. They haven't done that. 3rd and 2, Hebert going deep. Timing pattern, intercepted and dropped. I thought he had it. It was intended for Eric Martin, but Ricky Reynolds read it perfectly, and I thought he pulled it down, but he didn't.
I thought he had it too. I did too.
He's been playing well the last couple of weeks, Reynolds.
Yes, he has. He's got good speed too. He's a sprinter. Watch it. The end of the play. Watch it. He's got inside position on him, and the ball was thrown a little bit short, and that's the reason he was able to make that play. Had it been thrown up on top, he might have had a chance to make the play.
40-yard field goal attempt for Morton Anderson. He's the all-time percentage leader. Boy, he boomed with him, and it's good. That one would have been good from 50 yards. 31-10, Saints. The football team in the National Football League never to have been to the playoffs. And this is what had to happen today for them to get in. Washington has defeated St. Louis. The Giants have defeated Philadelphia in overtime. And if New Orleans now defeats Tampa Bay, and they are leading 31-10, then the Saints will have done something for the first time ever. And that's made it into the playoff as a guaranteed wild card. Morton Anderson kicks off. Bobby Goodwell will not run it out.
There's a 6-yard difference. I touched on this earlier. Morton Anderson kicking inside. He kicks it about 6 yards farther inside than he does outside. Statistically. Interesting, isn't it?
It is interesting. Of course, in here there's no wind factor.
Well, the air conditioning sometimes is kind of high. It kind of blows.
Climate controlled, 70 degrees. Sellout crowd in New Orleans. Second consecutive sellout crowd. First time they've done that since 1984. First down at the 20. The give inside to Smith, and he's out to the 23-yard line.
How about all the goodies they got out of practice? All kinds of cakes. The fans bring them out to practice. Chocolate cakes, vanilla cakes, all kinds of fancy frosting. You know, they used to do that when I was here too, but we used to soak them first before we ever opened it.
And make sure that they nothing inside.
That's right. They didn't explode.
It's an exciting time in New Orleans.
You bet.
2nd and 7 from the 23. Testaverde looks deep, almost intercepted. Badly thrown into coverage. Ricky Jackson was the linebacker, 57, that had the shot at the interception.
It was a bad-looking pattern. 2 receivers in the same area. One BB would have got both of them.
Oh, you're hot now, Hank.
It is hot up here. It's a little warmer than I thought.
Oh, me. 3rd and 7 now from the 23-yard line. Testaverde in a whole lot of trouble. Pat Swilling gets there first. He had 2 sacks and a forced fumble last week. Came into this game leading the team with 7.5 sacks, and look at him.
And Vaughn Johnson, they call this the penny defense because he's in the middle, 53. Look at the penetration. Look at Elliott getting a good push on the center. Grimes and Swilling from the backside makes the sack.
Garcia on his own goal line. Watch out for 25, Johnny Poe. This team loves to block punts. Here they come. He gets it off, but again, it's a low kick. Gray takes it at the 48, sidestep 2 tacklers. Breaks one more, 30, 25, 15, to the 4-yard line. Mel Gray. And we finally saw a smile on the face of Jim Morrow.
And here again, see the ball bounces around like it did. He finally picks it up, but the defense, guys coming down, They think that there's somebody else who's going to make the play. They relax a little bit, some missed tackles in the process, and he goes all the way down the far sideline, and is finally knocked out of bounds by Donald Anderson, number 23.
38-yard punt, 50-yard return.
And they were squeaking about him a couple of weeks ago, saying that he hasn't really made any big plays. He's been very concerned about it. He's made some super plays here this afternoon.
First and goal at the 3. Flag fly.
Got to be holding where the flag was thrown. Normally that's the case. We'll see what happens.
It is. And it's against New Orleans. Hilliard had gotten to the goal line, did not get in. And that smile is quickly erased from the face of Jim Mora.
Holding, number 63, offense, first down.
You know, Jim Mora. All right, we'll take a look at it on the left side of the screen. Brad Edelman, number 63, pushing him right down the middle of the field. And that's where they call the holding on the play. But he really got a good block, an angle block. But I can understand why he was so good if he was holding.
It'll be first and goal now from the 13 as they move him back.
You know, they haven't run a draw play, I don't think, all afternoon talking about the Saints. Not that I can remember. Here it is, a counter play.
Hilliard to the 5, to the 2-yard line. Dalton Hilliard. Jackie Walker made the tackle.
That was like a draw play, kind of delay. But that time they pulled a right guard and a right tackle, the counter play that they like to run. Watch the guards come. Watch the right guard, Comiskey. The right tackle, Brock. And both of the linemen managed to miss blocks. And Hilliard gets the most out of the play that he possibly can. He cut inside and didn't really get any help at all from Brock or Comiskey.
Second and goal from the 2. It's almost what it would have been without the penalty.
See if they go outside here. They've had great success outside. Here they go.
Reuben Mays.
He did.
The Saints are marching in New Orleans.
And Barry Ward helped the march that time with a beautiful block. Number 34 really made a super block at the point of attack on the outside play.
Morton Anderson for the extra point. It's good. 8 minutes, 11 seconds remain third quarter. 38-10 Saints. They have. Can you say playoffs now, Coach?
Yeah, and that relates to what happened after the San Francisco game when they lost the game, when they had a chance to win it. And that's what Mora told his team. He said, you got to win, and don't talk about what could have happened, would have happened, all those kind of things. Just win. And when you win, then you can talk about it, and that's what that sign was all about.
Jim Mora, my candidate for Coach of the Year. He's a proven winner. Went to the championship game in the USFL 3 straight years. Bobby Futrell will not run this one out.
We'll see the touchdown again.
Tim Brandt, Hank Stram at the Superdome, and boy, I tell you what, Hank, it's been methodical. The Saints 38, the Bucs 10. They've controlled it from the outset.
Machine-like, workman-like. And here's the last touchdown. Watch Barry Ward, number 34. He's made 3 key blocks in touchdown situations here this afternoon, and he makes another one here. Watch the fullback, 34, on the outside, gets a good block, knocks the corner out of the way, and Mays just twinkle toes into the end zone for the touchdown.
First down, Tampa Bay at the 20. Backside pressure. Wilder is out to the 23-yard line and crawls to the 25. He was dragging Van Jakes along.
And for the great Tampa Bay fans, as they look at this game, mistakes really hurt But you have to be realistic and understand that this is a very young football team. And going into the game, we asked Mora about this Tampa Bay football team and about the game today. He said very frankly, we're a much, much more talented football team than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he's exactly right. They're a lot better, but you have to give them a lot of credit for hanging in there as tough as they have all afternoon.
2nd and 5 to Testaverde. Incomplete. It was intended for Gerald Carter. He tripped, Hank.
Yeah, he did, and I couldn't tell whether somebody tripped him or one of the hash marks had a little bit too much paint on it. It might be a little higher there.
In college one time, Hank, we were down at the University of South Carolina playing. They had a brand new carpet, and a linebacker was coming in to make the call and bring the play. He tripped just before he got to the huddle. It looked like a bowling ball. 4 guys went down. You could hear the people laughing in the stands.
Now they got holes in the bag where you can see those pretty faces of those young children.
3rd and 5. Backside pressure by Swilling. Intercepted. Ricky Jackson with the interception. That's 19 interceptions in the last 6 games.
Watch Ricky Jackson, number 57, reading the key. He's got the back. Look at this. Drop goes back to his drop. Swilling is pushed beyond the quarterback. And look, he gets out on the flat and reaches out in front. A great, great play by Ricky Jackson. Catches it in his hands, and the Saints have possession 1st and
10. 2 fumbles, 2 interceptions for Vinny Testaverde. From the 29-yard line. 1st down, Saints. Hebert to Word with a block. Inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. There is a flag.
Boy, I tell you, Mike Jones, number 86, really made a great block. I don't know whether it was a clip or not, but it looked like a block to me. And there was another great illustration of a counter play from a play that they've been using all afternoon. Everybody took the bait to the right. They screened back to the left, and there was no contest. Great job on the part of the coaching staff.
Foul, flipping, number 86.
That's who it was.
First down.
But I didn't see the whole thing. I thought he made a great block, but evidently he didn't. But you have to give the coaches an awful lot of credit. That's a counter play that was very, very successful from what they've done. Watch this now. Look at this. Now, watch Jones. Watch Jones. There he is. Yeah, he was a clip. He did. Jones clipped Jones, number 22. I didn't see the beginning of it, just the tail end. It was a clip, no question.
One more split second to Wood was in the clip. He was just turning into the block. 1st down, Saints. Hebert with time, drops to the Word underneath, and he's inside the 20. Jeff Davis and Irvin Randall made the tackle. New Orleans, they're just having fun playing.
Well, they ought to have fun in this kind of a game, the way things are going. And Hebert hasn't been contested all afternoon. He's got all the time in the world to survey the field and then dump the ball off that time. No pressure whatsoever on Bobby Hebert.
Tampa Bay, though, with all those young players, you can tell that they're going to be pretty solid.
Well, I tell you, they're well coached and they're playing very hard. I don't think you can expect any more than what you see out here as far as talent is concerned. They made some bad mistakes, which young teams do, but they're trying hard.
Reuben Mays. You know what happens in a situation like this, though, Hank? Fans get seasick jumping on and off the bandwagon. Right now, they may be jumping off, but this is going to be a solid club. And the good thing about that is Ray Perkins doesn't care what anybody thinks. He knows it's a rebuilding project, and he knows that he's going to be successful down the road.
That's right. You know, fans are very involved emotionally with their respective football teams, but you can't let them run your football team. You have to do what you think is best for your squad, and that's exactly what Ray Perkins is going to do. He's strong enough to do that, and I guarantee you he'll get it done.
I'm starting to sound like Henry Aldrich. I'm losing my voice. 2nd and 10 from the 19.
See if they go up on top. They got one on. Oh, they're going to run it again. Fumble.
Donald Anderson down to the 45-yard line before he's run out of bounds by Lonzel Hill.
You know, and Mora said the other day, he said, you know, we reduced. He's upset about that play, and I bet he's kind of second-guessing himself a little bit, and the coaches, because they said last week they try to do too many things against Pittsburgh and didn't do them as well as they should. They reduced the offense. Here it is from the end zone. Watch this from the backside. Look at Mays just lost the ball. That's all. It looked like it had peanut butter on it the way he squirted out of there. Look at Don Anderson. He gets pushed out of bounds. Had he stayed near the hash marks, he'd have been able to make it and make a lot more yardage on the play. He was angling to the sideline and eventually got pushed and knocked out of bounds.
It looked like it was going to be a reverse to Lonzel Hill, and I find that a little bit surprising. He said we wouldn't see any gadget plays, wouldn't show any unless he had to. Well, certainly doesn't have to here. 5:28 remaining, third quarter. 38-10 Saints. Testaverde on first down. Throws deep. Touchdown Tampa Bay, I do believe. Yes. Mark Carrier made a marvelous catch.
And he made
quickly that turned things around.
Yes, and he made a marvelous move. He made a marvelous move on the cornerback. He stuttered a little bit like he was going to make an inside move on Jakes, and then ran right by him, and the ball was thrown beautifully. Look at Testaverde. He's on the sideline. Watch Testaverde now. Look at. He goes back into the pocket, which is very obvious. They got a blitz again. Swilling coming inside. They pick him up, but we don't see the move by Carrier. He makes a little inside move and goes right by Van Jakes, number 22, and the ball had to be thrown perfectly. It was by Testaverde. Touchdown.
The extra point is good by Igwebuike, and it's now 38-17 Saints. We've got 5:20 still remaining in the third quarter.
5:20 left, 38-17, favor the the New Orleans Saints.
His numbers on the afternoon: 11 of 24, 164 yards, 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. He also has 2 fumbles, but he has played fairly well. He's been impressive. The squib kick fielded cleanly and returned to the 38-yard line. Is there a flag? No. Buford Jordan's return is solid. Don't miss the season premiere of basketball next Saturday here on CBS Sports, starting live at 1:30 Eastern, featuring 2 of college basketball's most explosive players. Purvis Ellison leads the Louisville Cardinals against Rex Chapman and the Kentucky Wildcats. That'll be followed by NBA action as the Houston Rockets take on the Central Division leading Chicago Bulls. Ignited by the league's scoring leader, Michael Jordan. That's next weekend. It's season premiere Saturday on the home of both the NCAA Championship and the NBA Finals, right here on CBS.
And look at the Bulls have the best record in the NBA, and they won a game yesterday, Tim, with the hotshot only making 16 points, which means that they have some more help other than
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Felt like that was a quiz. You looked at me.
Well, I was giving you a sports quiz that time.
Dalton Hilliard was the carrier. Chris Washington and Mike Stensrud were the tacklers in that last play. So it'll be 2nd and 7 from the 41. That's funny how Jordan will get 16 and we say he only scored 16.
Yeah, isn't that something?
For most people, that's a great game.
Yep.
I think you're right. Kentucky has to be number 1 this week in college basketball. Now Carolina. Reuben Mays is tackled by Mike Stensrud.
Boy, did Brad Edelman make a great block that time on the contained man. Look at this, Houston 33. Great comeback after what happened to them last week. San Diego 18. Overtime, Cincinnati finally won a close one instead of losing one. Breach makes the field goal. And the Rams, I tell you, Johnny Robinson has done a terrific job of bringing that team back. They were looking for the gas pipe at one stage of their season when the Dickerson thing came up, and he's done a super job of bringing them back.
And Robinson has, and so has Charles White. 3rd and 9 from 39 for Hebert. He's in a whole lot of trouble, and sacked at the 29-yard line. Kurt Jarvis, who had 2 sacks last week in his first NFL game, gets 1 here.
And Hebert can't move very well because he's got a ligament tear and also some cartilage damage. He'll have to get it repaired after the season, but he's hanging in there and playing anyhow.
Jarvis, the rookie out of Alabama. Brian Hanson's numbers: He's on to punt. Bobby Futrell is deep. Go ahead, Hank.
I'd go after this one. You got to somehow, some way make something happen to get points on the board to try to get back in the
Quarterback Steve DeBerg. He was drafted in the 10th round by Dallas. He was cut, signed by San Francisco. The 49ers acquired Joe Montana. He went to Denver, but the Broncos got John Elway. Finally, here he is in Tampa Bay, where first the Bucs had Steve Young, and now Vinny Testaverde. But he's been sharp this year. He's played admirably.
Yes, he has, and Ray Perkins is the first one to admit that. He said they didn't make the change because of the way he's playing. He just felt that they had to start using Testaverde to give him some experience and give him some playing time to get him ready for the future. But I don't think anybody in the league studies any harder, works any harder, is any brighter at reading coverages than Steve DeBerg. He's a great student of the game, and I think if he wants to be, he could really be a terrific coach.
I'll tell you this, though, Hank. He didn't get much help at all last week. He had 7 passes dropped, and the Rams sacked him 3 times, and he pounded quite a few times after he released the ball.
Well, sometimes fans don't realize that, but the important thing is the coaches know what happened, and they give him all the credit in the world for what he's done.
2nd and 10 from the 22 for Tampa. The give inside, Eddie Hunter, and he gets about 4. New England and Denver deadlocked at 17. Vaughn Johnson made the tackle that time on Hunter as you look at the scores. Eddie Hunter is another one of those rookies, Hank. He's out of Virginia Tech. A lot of first-year players on the field today. 3rd and 4 from the 28. Testaverde fires underneath. Has the completion to Gerald Carter. It'll be a first down for Tampa Bay. Van Jakes made the tackle.
And there we saw Ricky Jackson in the middle again that time, blitzing. Nobody touched him. But Testaverde got rid of the ball just in time. There you see Ricky Jackson. Boy, what a great player he is. And, of course, the fact that they have Sam Mills and they have Johnson and they have Swilling has made him even a greater player because they can't double team on him like they have in the past. They got to worry about the other people, too.
2 minutes, 2 seconds remain in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 at the 35 for Testaverde. Going deep. And it's complete. A great catch by Mark Carrier. And he had to do it fighting Milton Mack all the way down the sideline. 38 yards.
And the ball was thrown beautifully way up on top and over the top.
Carrier ran right out of his shoes.
Yes, he did. He did. Look at it from the end zone. Look at him back in the pocket. Enough time to throw the ball. Gets a good loft, good arch in the ball. Carrier's got him licked by a step, and the ball had to be thrown perfectly, and it was. Milton Mack, 24, covering on the play.
First down at the 27. Smith down to the 26-yard line. Jim Wilkes made the tackle.
Unusual call there. They try to stick it in the middle. They haven't made yet much yardage at all running in that middle area, and they didn't on that last one either.
Testaverde now 13 of 27, 209 yards. Carrier and Carter, the wide out.
Here they come again.
Motion. 2nd and 9, and Testaverde has to get rid of it. Van Jakes was the man applying the pressure.
And Van Jakes, and they're a man short. To the right of your screen, a man short, nobody on him. You got to have 12 people playing on offense to pick him up. They were a man short. And that's a feast or famine thing. If you have protection and get rid of the ball quickly, then you got a chance for a big play. But he got there too soon.
That's not a bad offensive scheme, 12 players.
No, that's right. As long as nobody can count.
3rd and 9.
Got a one-on-one on the far side. They ought to try to do some business over there. There it is. Yeah.
Oh, and it drops the football. Mark Carrier had driven off the halfback, came back, and the pass was there, but he dropped it.
Watch Carrier. He's isolated here with Mack on the play. Bump and run. Drives him off, comes back for the ball. hits him right in the hands between the 8 and the 9, and he started the run too soon, and as a result, dropped the football.
Donald Igwebuike to attempt the field goal. 43 yards. It's long enough, and it's good. So the Buccaneers have a run here, Hank. That's 10 points in a matter of 3 minutes.
Hey, this is a great compliment to Ray Perkins and his coaching staff to have this young team hang in there like they have. They could have been walking a dog here in the second half with the way the game went in the first half and hung their heads, but they haven't done that. They fought even harder. And again, it's a great compliment to Ray Perkins and his coaching staff and the players.
You know, a few minutes ago, we could have said this ball game was over, and we would have said, oh, my, it's going to be a long fourth quarter. Well, but it's going to be exciting.
Well, you said earlier, Tim, and I had the same feeling, that really sometimes in that situation you feel school's out, the game's over. But you mentioned that you didn't think it was over, and I felt the same way. I didn't feel that it was totally over, that they still had a chance. And, you know, it's been a good game.
Hank, next Sunday, CBS Sports presents a doubleheader day of NFL action starting at 12:30 Eastern Time with the NFL Today. In the first game, you'll see a battle in the NFC East, the Cowboys and the Redskins. That'll be at RFK Stadium. Then some of you will see another NFC East battle, the Giants in St. Louis, while others will see Tampa Bay host the Detroit Lions. So check your local listings for the games in your area. That's next Sunday right here on CBS Sports. Jim Mora, head coach of the Saints. His background is defense. He was defensive coach at Seattle. This kick's going to be brought out. It's Dalton Hilliard. And he gets it back to the 21-yard line. So Bobby Hebert comes on with 14 seconds remaining in the third quarter. They'll have it first down at the 21.
Talking about Bobby Hebert, our daughter Julie went into the pet shop a week or so ago, and who was there with his daughters? Bobby Hebert. He goes in there every Tuesday. He's got a 75-gallon tank in his own house. I hope it never breaks because it'll flood the whole place. They'll need some snorkels inside.
He could go scuba diving in that.
That's right.
They give to Reuben Mays, and he dances on a light bulb out to the 23-yard line. That should be about the last play of the third quarter. We're under 5 seconds. So that's the end of the third quarter with the score. New Orleans 38, Tampa Bay 20. We now pause with the New Orleans Saints lead the Bucs 38-20. If New Orleans wins, they go into the playoffs for the first time in their 21-year history. Tim Brannon, Hank Stram with you. It is second down and 8. New Orleans from their own 23. Dalton Hilliard, left side, gets a block. It only picks up 2 yards.
What we see right there is a great illustration of how well the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have really played defensively and have stopped, from all practical purposes, really stopped the run. They hurt them with the passing game, and you have to give the New Orleans Saints a lot of credit for deviating from what they normally do and threw the ball. They've thrown for 2 touchdown passes, and it's played very well from a passing standpoint. But it looks like they can do whatever they want to do, whatever it takes to get the job done. That's the way the Saints team has been playing the last 5 weeks.
3rd and 5 from the 26. They're bringing backside pressure. The push in the middle. Eric Martin inside the 40, the 30. Eric Martin inside the 20. To the 7-yard line. Donald Anderson drags him down. $67-yard play.
Boy, I tell you, what a great play. Watch it. Good pass protection. Donald Anderson, number 23, covering on the play. And there you see Eric Martin making the catch in stride. And there is another illustration of Hebert. You know, he's been criticized for not being, as sharp as they'd like for him to be. But I tell you, he's thrown some great balls. And when he's had a chance and time to throw, he's been super.
Hilliard straight ahead. Bobby Hebert now 14 of 19 for 209 yards and 2 touchdowns. Harry Swain made the tackle for Tampa Bay.
They haven't had much success in this area running inside. They might try it to prove that they can, but I think the vulnerable areas are the outside areas, either right or left. That's the way they've run the ball in for touchdowns so far. Let's see what they choose to do here on the 5-yard line.
They call him the Cajun Cannon. 2nd and goal from the 5.
Run left. They should be able to run left and do some damage. See what they do. Here they go, boys.
Mays. He may have lost a yard.
Yep, they reacted very well. They surely did. Bobby Kemp, number 33, came up to make the play. And Mike Stensrud, the nose man. Watch the right side of the defense of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Maintain position. They skate real well. Brad Edelman is looking inside. Doesn't get a chance to block anybody. Hot pursuit by Stensrud, who comes in from the inside, who's playing on the nose. Great retreat. Great angle. Pursuit angle.
3rd and goal from the 7.
They got bump and run on the left side and the right side. See if they try to throw the fade over the top. See what he does here.
Hebert.
There it is, boys.
Intended for Patterson. They wanted interference here in the Superdome, but there are no flags. Rod Jones was the defender, but the ball didn't appear catchable.
Yeah, no, it wasn't catchable and no pass interference on the play, but the ball had to be thrown outside. It was thrown inside, but it was way over the top. I think he was trying to put it in that big hoop in the end zone there. You see that big basket? I think he was trying to get 2 points there.
Morton Anderson, he's already made a 40-yarder. This one will be from 24. High snap. Good hold, and Anderson converts. So I think the door just shut on the Bucs. It's 41-20. We've got 11:43 remaining. Four turnovers. Vinny Testaverde, the rookie, 1 touchdown, 2 of those turnovers on interceptions. He also put it on the ground twice. And Bobby Hebert, big day for him. And New Orleans leads Tampa Bay 41-20. We've got 11 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in the ball game. Tim Brand along with Hank Stram. Can Testaverde do anything here, Coach?
Well, I think he's done a good job, really, considering everything. Yeah, he really has. He's completed 13 for 29 yards, 209 yards, and here's a great throw down the sideline to Mark Carrier, but he throws it beautifully right over the top. He has pass protection. As there's a blitz on the inside, he steps to his left, and look at, he lofts the ball right over the top. The ball is perfect. Touchdown, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Dutrell will chase this one, and it'll go out the backside of the end zone. Of course, we're talking about Testaverde, but Hebert's 15 of 20, 209 yards. We just saw his numbers, 2 touchdowns. He's been impressive.
He really has been, and again, he's playing with a team that doesn't like to throw the ball very much. As I mentioned, the ratio, they like to maintain is 40 runs, 20 passes. But when he's had to throw the ball, he's thrown it extremely well. He's very accurate. He's big and he's strong. He's 6'4", and weighs about 215. But he's a lot better quarterback than everybody gives him credit for being. I guarantee you that.
First down and 10 at the 20. Testaverde throws underneath. This one's complete. It's a first down, Tampa. Wilder has the first down. He was tripped up by Ricky Jackson. Well, you know, Hebert was telling us this week that in college he had Mark Duper to throw to. In the USFL, he had Anthony Carter to throw to. And here they don't throw that much.
No, it's just philosophy. It's not a criticism at all. It's just a philosophy. And you can't question the philosophy. That's what they're doing a good job with, that philosophy, and winning. That's the only thing that really matters.
First down from the 35. Backside pressure by Swilling. And Testaverde has to rush the throw. Again, it was intended for Wilder.
You know, the one thing they haven't done enough of, I don't think, Tim, is the screen, draw, and trap on Swilling, number 56. Heller has had a terrible time trying to block him. He's so quick and so fast coming off the ball that the tackle has a hard time getting that angle. One thing he might be able to do is split out a little bit wider to get closer to him so he can get a chance to block him. too wide, and that angle is too severe.
2nd and 10 from the 35. Pass is dropped. It was intended for Bruce Hill. Dave Waymer was the defensive back, but Hill just dropped it.
It was right on the money. He goes right behind this cornerback, 22, right in his hand, and he had enough yardage, enough depth to make the first down. He just dropped the football. 3rd and 10. Four-man rush.
Testaverde throws complete.
You know, one thing about Testaverde, he's got such a strong arm that it's unusual that he has such a great touch along with a strong arm. There was a great illustration of it. He hooked it right over the top of the linebacker.
Bruce Hill, who just dropped it, made the catch, and the ball was tipped, Hank, I believe.
Watch it here. Look at, he rolls out. Mallory's out in front. Look at, he throws the ball right over the top. It was tipped. It surely was.
Van Jakes almost had the interception. Hill had the catch. 1st and 10 at the 47. With time going deep. And the ball's dropped. Mark Carrier had the defensive back beaten. It was Milton Mack, but he dropped the pass.
And Heller, we've been talking about Heller. Heller got a great block that time on Swilling. He got him on the ground that time. We've been talking about some of the misses. We got to say what a great job he did on that last play. Ron Heller, the left tackle, number 73.
Testaverde now 15 of 34, 242 yards.
And in all fairness to Heller, he's been playing right tackle most of the time. He's only played left tackle for 2 games. It's quite a job blocking at Swilling.
2nd and 10 from the 47. Swilling. Testaverde gets loose. He's got the first down inside the 35-yard line. They'll mark it at the 31. Great escapability.
Yes, and he's a great awareness that time. He knew he had to escape, and in conjunction with that same thought, he had to get enough yardage to get the first down. He knew exactly where he had to go and got the necessary yardage for the first down. Great aware. Look at the pocket cave in. Watch Swilling get a shot from the backside. Look at him in hot pursuit, and he knows exactly where to go, stay in bounds, and make the first down. That's great presence on a part of that young quarterback.
17-yard pickup. We've got 10 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the ball game. Tim Brandon, Hank Stram in the Superdome. 1st and 10 from the 30.
They got to run a draw here someplace. They've been throwing the ball so much, they got to throw it on the rush, and a draw would be a good way to do it.
Testaverde drills it across the middle, and it's complete. It was Gerald Carter inside the 15. They'll mark it at the 13-yard line. Ricky Jackson and Vaughn Johnson made the tackle in there, but Carter found his way open in the seam. First and 10 at the 12. Touchdown, Tampa. Bruce Hill on the post pattern drags Dave Waymer into the end zone. So it's now 41-26.
And that's the kind of a pattern he throws very well. He's so tall, throws a slant pass right on the numbers to Bruce Hill, number 84. Waymer is on the coverage, and he gets the ball right on the money. Watch Waymer, number 44. He gives him a little bit. He's got a big cushion there. He drives him back. See, and then now he breaks to the inside. The ball is thrown right where you have to throw it, right at the numbers. Had it been thrown high, it might not have been successful, but he can't get through there to knock the ball down, and it's a touchdown for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Igwebuike's kick is good, and it's now 41-27. We still have 9 minutes and 49 seconds remaining in the ball game. 9 minutes and 49 seconds remaining.
There you see Tom Benson, and he's looking for the dancing shoes, but he doesn't know whether to put them on yet or not. He's a little bit concerned.
Yeah, he gave us a smile there, but while we were in commercial, he had some long sighs. Dalton Hilliard to the 15, and he's taken down at the 18-yard line. Good tackle by Kevin Murphy in the open field. 9 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. The Saints 41, the Bucs 27. Both teams have 3 timeouts remaining. Look at this, the last 3 possessions for Tampa Bay. Touchdown, field goal, and touchdown. And you don't want Testaverde to get in the rhythm, and he is now. 8 plays, 80 yards, and they didn't use much clock.
And that was to Eric Martin. That was a big play.
First down at the 19. Hilliard.
There's a counter play again.
And Hilliard maybe gets 1 on extra effort. But that's all.
16 boss. That's what or 16 joker, they call that play. And they really haven't, except for that counter play they ran from it, and a couple of other times on obvious pass situations. I think they made some yardage, but overall they haven't run that play nearly as well as they thought they would.
Well, nobody was laughing on the joker that time. Stensrud is shaken up. He's the nose tackle. Swain, Jarvis, Walker, they were all there to make that tackle.
Yeah, they're chasing the ball. Just disregard the records. They've always a knockdown, drag out of play.
You're right about that. 2nd and 10 now from the 19. Hebert has the blitz coming, reads it, throws underneath to Jones, and Jones is out to the 32-yard line. It's a first down Saints.
See, the great thing about Hebert, you see he gets a chance with the protection like it is. He gets a chance to look all over the field, and then he hits the open man. And that's what he's been able to do here all afternoon. He stands in the pocket, looks one way, wants to hit somebody. The guy is covered. Then he comes back to a secondary or a third receiver, and the guy is wide open. He's done that terrifically well.
Came with the blitz. There was man coverage, and Chris Washington got lost in the pile. He was the man that was covering. 8:22 now remaining in the ball game. Tampa Bay needs the ball back badly.
Well, they got that Bear defense. Everybody closing off the middle. It goes outside of the end. The ball's loose.
Oh! Tampa comes up with it, but I think they're going to rule it down. Dalton Hilliard was the ball carrier. Irvin Randall and Jackie Walker made the tackle.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to do. They declare the ball was dead.
That could have been interesting.
Yep. Actually, they're 2 plays away from getting back in the ball game. Not 14 points, just 2 plays. Watch the tackle. Here he comes. Watch the knee. His knees were down, and of course that's why they call the ball dead. Good call, no question.
It brings up 2nd and 7 from the 34.
Well, they got a chance on the big play to the left side.
Hebert looks deep. Ooh! It was intended for Eric Martin, and it was just that close. Look at Hebert. Pretty good battle going on out there, Hank, between Eric Martin and Donald Anderson.
Yes, pretty good coverage on the play. And that's one of the few bad balls that Hebert has thrown all afternoon, really. He had plenty of time to throw the ball, just threw it poorly.
It'll bring up 3rd and 7 from the 34.
Watch the first half, they threw more than they ran. The second half, they've gone back to what they like to do. A lot more runs rather than pass.
Hebert from the shotgun on 3rd down. Feels pressure, throws deep. Martin inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. Again, it was Martin on Anderson.
You can't throw a ball any better than that. You can't throw it any better than that. Martin stretched out and made the catch. You talk about great execution. Watch it from the shotgun. Martin going, look at no pressure again whatsoever. Throws it right over the top. And Anderson is in hot pursuit, but he has him licked on the play, and another big first down for the New Orleans Saints. Eric Martin.
34-yard pickup. First down on the 32 for Hebert and the Saints.
They'll run this one probably. Here they come.
Dalton Hilliard looks for a block. gets one, cuts back inside. He's to the 27-yard line. Ricky Reynolds made the tackle, but most importantly, he stayed in bounds. The clock continues to roll at 6:15.
I know they blew one reverse attempt, but I think the way the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are chasing at this stage of the game, a reverse would be very appropriate because they're really flying when they see the ball go one way or the other.
And there's an injury. And it's Donald Anderson. 3 there, but he did run off the field. Tired of sitting in traffic jams? 60 Minutes may have the answer tonight on CBS, followed by Murder, She Wrote and the CBS Sunday night movie, A Hobo's Christmas, starring Barnard Hughes and Gerald McRaney. That's all tonight on CBS. 2nd and 5 from the 27-yard line for the New Orleans Saints. They are 5 minutes and 55 seconds away from their first ever playoff run.
Another one-on-one on the left side. He's changing the play. Let's see if he does any business over there. Nope.
Hilliard straight ahead, straight hole to the 20-yard line.
Ray Isom that time came up there and made a good tackle, number 28.
He got help from Irvin Randall. Owner Tom Benson, the New Orleans Saints.
And look at the suspenders. His pants were, he was having a little trouble keeping his pants up. And people were kidding about it. And Jim Finks, the general manager, president, and part owner of the club, bought those suspenders for Mr. Benson, and now he doesn't have any trouble. His tailor was complaining about the way he looked with his pants falling down.
We're about to see history made. First and 10 at the 19. Hilliard down to the 16-yard line. Ironically, it was exactly 10 years ago to the date that Tampa Bay got its first win in team history after 26 straight losses, and it was at the expense of New Orleans. Archie Manning was the quarterback. I can't remember who was coaching New Orleans.
I forgot. No, really, I was the coach, you know, and we were all so sick about that game that the next day they hated to look at the film, and I didn't want to see it again. It was like a nightmare, and I burned the films, and then I tried to jump in afterwards, but I was too fat to get in the tub.
10 years ago on December 11th.
Boy, you talk about sadness. It was brutal.
Reuben Mays down to the 15-yard line.
And, of course, a lot of people didn't realize John McKay really did a great job with this franchise. You know, not many people realize. Well, he won 3 championships there, and he had a much better team to beat us. Really was a much better team than people thought it was. They lost 26, but they were a very good team defensively, and they just didn't have any quarterback problems, and they had trouble scoring, but that was a problem with that team. But Johnny did a great job.
There's Archie Manning, your quarterback.
Yes, sir. He was a terrific quarterback, a franchise player without a franchise. He had everything. He had everything it took to be a great quarterback, like all the other people that graduated when he did, except the supporting cast. He's
doing a game on radio for the Saints. 3rd and 6 at the 15. Hebert with time has the ball battle away. Archie called me yesterday and invited me over to play basketball at his house with his son. He promised his son that if his son ever beat him one-on-one in basketball, he'd buy him a car. It was 18-13. His son was winning. Archie said things got hot then.
Yeah, I bet it did. There were
elbows started flying.
A lot of fouls, and his wife was calling the fouls, Olivia, so that took care of that situation.
Morton Anderson comes on to attempt the field goal.
I don't even look at him kick field goals anymore. I know that he's going to make them. He's like a machine, this guy.
If you were coaching, you'd watch him.
Oh, I would. Of course, we had a great one in Jan Stenerud. I think he was one of the great ones in the history of the National Football League. Jan Stenerud.
32-yarder is good. And owner Tom Benson loves it.
He better be careful. He break those suspenders, and when he goes down there to do the dance, he might be in trouble again. Better put a nail in those suspenders in the back so they stay up.
Well, things are tough on those guys, but the future is bright. Take a look at the standings as they are right now in the NFC West. The 49ers are 10-2, and they're in the playoffs. New Orleans, with a win today, would stay within 1 game of the 49ers, and they're still thinking championship. And this is the remaining schedule. And ironically, the Saints will be favored. I say ironically because that's unusual at this stage for them to be favored in all 3 games.
Okay, that Houston team is playing good. They've been a stock market team kind of the last few weeks, but they won big again today against San Diego. You have to worry about playing them because they got a lot of weapons, especially if Moon is playing quarterback.
The 49ers are at home all 3 games. Chicago, Atlanta, and then the annual Donnybrook they've got with the Rams. The tiebreaker comes down to divisional records. Now the Saints are 3-1, but they're done with their division games. The 49ers have 3 left. This is Bobby Futrell out across the 25 to the 26. The story there, Hank, is that San Francisco has 1 more division game than New Orleans because of the strike.
And you know what happened? New Orleans was supposed to play Atlanta the first week of the strike. It was canceled, and so they don't have the chance. They didn't have a chance to play that game. So that can make a difference.
Can make a major difference. 3 minutes, 24 seconds remain. Vinny Testaverde, 17 of 36, 272 yards, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. With pressure, incomplete, almost intercepted. Brett Maxey had it and let it get away. Let's take you quickly through the scores of the day. Washington wins the NFC East. Philadelphia loses in overtime to the Giants. That was part of the ingredient needed here for the Saints to get into the playoffs. San Francisco wins. They're in the playoffs as at least a wild card. Atlanta over Dallas, 21-10. Look at this, Indianapolis over Cleveland. Looks like a baseball score, 9-7. Pittsburgh wins. Seattle continues to struggle, 2nd and 10. The elusive Testaverde has the completion and a first down for Tampa Bay. Bruce Hill made the catch.
He's got some poise. He really has some poise. Vaughn Johnson, talking to him yesterday was a funny story. When look at Testaverde backing up into the huddle. Watch Testaverde. Frank Warren gets a piece of him, but he escapes. And look, he throws the ball right inside. The receiver keeps both feet in bounds, and he picks up a first down.
15-yard pickup, 1st and 10 at the 41. Flag, and the play won't be completed. You know, it's gotten to the point where it's gotten so loud here at the Superdome that Testaverde now is not calling any counts. There is no cadence. He's just raising his foot to let the center know that he's ready. And when he's ready, then Grimes will snap in when he's ready. Coming up next, 60 minutes, except on the West Coast.
There's a problem with the 30-second clock.
Except on the West Coast and in the Mountain Time Zone. That's 60 minutes coming up next. Lights are out on the 30-second clock.
Both 30-second clocks off. The count will be kept on the field. The play will go over. No foul.
So the officials will keep the 30-second clock on the field. Jim Mora about to ride into the playoffs. Ray Perkins looking into the future.
Talking about the future, we brought up some names of college players yesterday, and he was fully aware of everybody that was mentioned. So he's got his eye on the future. No question about that.
Testaverde on first down, drills it across the middle, and it's complete. Carrier takes the ball down to the 36-yard line before Van Jakes makes the tackle, and they're in a hurry up, obviously.
See Vaughn Johnson, he's playing in that penny defense. They call it penny. He's in the middle, number 53. Normally the right inside linebacker.
Testaverde in trouble. Bruce Clark made the tackle.
You know, talking about Vaughn Johnson, number 53, who has really been a dominant force in this defensive scheme. Timeout for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Go ahead, Hank.
Rams 37, Detroit 16. Final. White rushes for 102 yards again and 2 touchdowns. What a year he's having. What a year he's having. New England 20. Denver came back and won that one 24-20. Great comeback win, but anytime you have a great quarterback like Elway, you can do that. It's still in progress. I thought it was school was out on it, but they're still playing. Denver ahead 24-20. Buffalo loses to the Raiders 34-21. And the Raiders are starting to come on like everybody thought they would, like I thought they would when the season started. I talked to Al Davis last week in the Monday night game, and I also asked about Bo Jackson. Is he going to play baseball or football? We don't care. If he can come back and be ready to play 10 games for us, I don't care, because he'll be a dominant force and help us win. He can play both of them.
He had some kind of game Monday night.
After watching him run, and then he went out of the game watching the other people run, it looked like they were all in reverse. You talk about a reverse. Yeah, he looked very slow compared to the way Jackson ran. Boy, I tell you, what a dominant player he is.
We've got 2:36 remaining in the ball game. It'll be 2nd and 14 from the 40. The Saints lead the Bucs 44-27. Again, it's complete to Carrier inside the 30. Milton Mack made the tackle.
I want to finish that story about Vaughn Johnson. You know, he said he wasn't interested that much in football when he was a kid, and he played on a junior high school football team, and he was a tackle, and he lined up in the stands for the very first time, and the guy across from him had a patch in his eye, and when the ball was snapped, he ran the other way. But I just totally ran off the field and ran the other way. I was scared to death.
Carrier down to the 1-yard line for Tampa. Milton Mack saves the touchdown. The clock is stopped with 2 minutes and 6 seconds left in the ball game.
Number 56, defense, penalty decline, first down.
They mark it at the 2.
Yeah, as soon as the referee is ready, the clock is going to start again, and it has, down to 2:02. Now we get the 2-minute warning.
Carrier now has 7 catches, 191 yards. We'll be back.
Yep.
Yeah. Just moments ago, he got hurt in the last possession. He's the rookie out of Alabama. This is only his 2nd NFL game.
Well, they've had some trouble with those linemen, haven't they? Loose cannon.
1st and goal to 2. No signal yet. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Bobby Howard.
That's a good call, because that's the first time they run a play from their shotgun all afternoon, I think. And in spite of that, they just still barely made it. There was a little hesitation as to whether he made it or not. Watch the handoff to Howard. He comes into the pile. Second effort, and he reaches across the plane. He makes it. He reaches across the plane and makes the touchdown. Great effort.
See Bob Beeks, the line judge, got alligator arms. Started to signal touchdown, brought his arms back.
Well, he got plaster Paris in his armpits. That's why they got stuck and he can't go up any higher.
Igwe Buike's extra point is good. It's 44-34 now, with 1:56 remaining. 7 plays, 74 yards. It took 1 minute and 38 seconds. So Testaverde completely in control now, even though he's a rookie. He's confident, and he moves them well.
Well, you know, the other thing that's going to be encouraging is the fact that he played so well as the game went along against a very outstanding defensive team like the Saints.
Next Sunday, CBS Sports presents a doubleheader day of NFL action starting at 12:30 Eastern Time with the NFL Today. First game, Cowboys and Redskins at RFK Stadium in Washington. And some of you will see another NFC East battle, the Giants in St. Louis, while others will see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers host the Detroit Lions. So check your local listings for the games in your area. That's next Sunday right here on CBS Sports.
And Tom Benson's in the right out of the tunnel, getting ready to do his dance. Jim Mora is very visible on the sideline, who has done a great job. And the one guy that's got the authority and the responsibility that you don't see, and very rarely see on the field before a game, after a game, anytime, Jim Finks, one of the very best in the National Football League. I think he's earned the right to be regarded as the very best. He's won every place he has been, and he's done a super job of putting this franchise back on its feet where it belongs for the very first time.
No question what Tampa Bay's going to do. The onside kick is all set up. We've got 1 minute 56 remaining. Waymer can't hold it, but it goes out of bounds. Tampa Bay can't recover it. So it will remain New Orleans ball. Tampa Bay down by 10.
We watch the onside kick again. The overload on the left side. They try to outman the opposition. Everybody has a responsibility to block. People have blocking responsibility and recovery responsibility. The ball takes a high hop. It looked like it went off of Waymer and went out of bounds. And it doesn't make any difference because the ball went 10 yards. And they had it.
Tampa Bay has 2 timeouts remaining. This is Dalton Hilliard, left side. Gain of 3. New Orleans started the season with a big win over Cleveland and lost to Philadelphia. During the strike, the Saints were 2-1. After the strike, lost to San Francisco, and they've been on a roll ever since. 5 straight wins. This will be 6. Tampa Bay takes a timeout. They have 1 remaining with 1 minute and 48 seconds left in the ball game. Security beefed up. There will be a party in New Orleans tonight, but they don't want it to be on the field after the game.
And the worst thing about this whole thing is they just fixed the roof of this Superdome. They let it blow it right off.
They're still fixing it.
Yeah, they are.
Those guys up there yesterday looked like mountain climbers.
That's right. They'll have holes in it again after the celebration today.
Tom Benson, the owner of this team. Jim Finks, what a job he's done. And, of course, Jim Mora, the head coach. This is the way the standings will look when this game is complete. The 49ers, 10-2. The New Orleans Saints right behind them. And the scramble. The Saints have clinched at least a wild card. And San Francisco has done the same. Dalton Hilliard to the 38-yard line.
And they, you know, talking to the people, boy, they give the impression that they, you know, the special quality that you have when you win, like they're winning now, talent and the way they play, but the chemistry of this football team is one right now where they sincerely believe they're past the hope we win stage. They know they're going to win going into a ball game, and that's very important. That chemistry, the leadership, and also the leadership within the framework of that football team is very good, very strong. They got some good veterans who are outstanding leaders that help tremendously.
They expect to win now. 3rd and 4 at the 39. 1:42 left in the ball game. We're about to see history. Dalton Hilliard gets back to the line of scrimmage. Don't think he got much more than that. Jackie Walker, number 56, and Mike Stensrud, who's back in the ball game, made the tackle. One other game in progress. Denver leads New England 31-20.
I think one thing that, when you look at this Tampa, we've talked about both teams. We tried to as much as we possibly can with Testaverde and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and their young team, but I think the fans of Tampa have a lot to look forward to in the surrounding Tampa Bay area. They have a lot to look forward to because I think Ray Perkins is going to do a good job. They've got a good start with a young quarterback, Testaverde. They have some other outstanding young people. They need a lot more help, which is very obvious, but I think they'll achieve that opportunity and take advantage of it and start to roll next year.
Delay a game penalty moves the Saints back. Ryan Hansen comes on to punt for the Saints. 58 seconds remain in the ball game. The Cajun Cannon from Cutoff, Louisiana.
He's fun to talk to, Henry. Very conscientious. He was in a tub, got some treatment yesterday. We waited for him. He came out, talked as long as he wanted to talk, and then went back in and copied some things from the board that he had to study over the weekend. Done a great job here this afternoon.
Hansen gets off a wobbly catch. Futrell will take it and run out of bounds at the 23-yard line with 49 seconds. Bears college coach A.L. Williams also coached Joe Ferguson. Ferguson used to come back and work with him, as did Terry Bradshaw.
And the unusual thing about that, A-Bear said that he learned more from those people than any other bunch of people that he's ever been associated with since he left college, which is quite a compliment.
Don't forget, coming up next, 60 minutes, except on the West Coast and in the Mountain Time Zone. Plays dead, flag fly. 46 seconds remain. Here's Jerry Markbright.
Ball starts, number 77, offense, first down.
That's J.D. Marloveld out of the University of Maryland. Jim Mora took the Philadelphia Stars to 3 championship games in the USFL. He won it twice in his second season here in New Orleans. Going deep, almost intercepted by Brett Maxey, 39.
Bruce Hill going down that seam. Did you notice that time? He saw the people coming. He took his eye off the ball a little bit, looked inside to see who was going to give him a shot, and the ball flew right over the top. It was a little long anyhow, but he took a peek.
These guys are happy to be in the playoffs, but they're still eyeing that championship, trailing San Francisco by a game. They also want the home field during the playoffs.
That'd be a tremendous advantage for them if they can get to home field.
First down, Tampa Bay. Mark Carrier stops the clock with 33 seconds left as he runs out of bounds on the 41.
Carrier had a shoulder injury during training camp and really kind of never recovered from it. It bothered him some. This is really the first time he's had a chance to shine.
This is fun. I feel like it's New Year's Eve waiting for the ball to come down.
Isn't it?
Again, Testaverde escapes the pressure and throws incomplete. 26 seconds left. Again, it was Pat Swilling applying the pressure on Testaverde. We're live at the Superdome in New Orleans. Tim Brandt and Hank Stram. New Orleans Saints, after 21 years of frustration, are about to march into the playoffs for the first time ever. 44-34. They lead Tampa Bay. 25 seconds left. Again, there are flags. Plays dead.
False start, number 77, offense, second down.
That's J.D. Marleveld again. Vinny Testaverde, 22 of 44. 369 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Very inauspicious start at the beginning of this game. First 2 possessions, he fumbled the football, and the Saints scored touchdowns. Bobby Hebert to John Tice both times. And it was 14-0 before Tampa Bay could even get going. Testaverde, intended for Ron Hall, broken up by Maxey. 15 seconds remain.
Really looked like he should have had that ball, Timmy, didn't it?
It sure did, but it doesn't matter now.
One thing about this crowd, they ought to be all worn out before the playoffs start.
How'd that guy get in? Testaverde. Incomplete, intended for Carrier. Carrier's got 8 catches today. Milton Mack broke it up. 9 seconds remain. You're right, Mr. Benson. You're home free.
And Mark Carrier's got have to have a lot of friends here from Nicholls State.
It's over. Hold it, there's a flag.
Penalty declined. Game is over.
It's over now. We'll be back after this.
When we come back.
Hey, Bob, or Mike, what the players were running off the field and Benson made them stop and stand in the middle of the field. Let's take a picture of that, you punks.
Yeah. The game is ended, but the party's just starting. It's been 21 years. New Orleans is in the history books. First playoff roll ever. For Hank Stram, this is Tim Brandt saying so long from the Superdome. Where the final score was New Orleans 44, Tampa Bay 34.